Students, today we are going to start a new chapter from history. The name of the chapter is Early Humans 2. So in Early Humans 1, what we have found mainly early people, they were nomads. Nomads means the people who move from one place to another place. So early humans, mainly they were nomads and they were food gatherers. That means they used to gather food from trees, plants, like that. And what we have found that in the New Stone Age, during New Stone Age, many developments we have found. So this development started about 10,000 years ago. That means during the New Stone Age. Now our first point, humans produce food. Humans produce food. How humans started producing food? So no one can exactly say. We also do not know how humans came upon the idea of cultivating crops. It might have happened that some seeds have thrown out, or it fell on the ground and the seed became plant. So this idea, most probably they kept in their mind that yes, from the seeds only the plants came up. The first cereal, that means the main food, that means rice, wheat. So the first cereal to be grown were wheat and barley. Wheat and barley were the main crops they cultivated. Over a period of time, that means time went on and many new things they came to know. So they started cultivating more crops, and what they used sickles. Sickles have been found at many Neolithic sites. So in the Neolithic sites, sickles have been found. That means the early humans, they used sickles for cultivating crops. They might have been used to harvest crops. So sickle means, do you know what is sickle? In our own language, in Bengali, we say it is kachi, to cut the crops. So they used for this purpose. So they used to harvest, that means collecting and gathering together in one place, keeping it nicely. It is called harvesting. So it might have happened that for cutting the crops they used. Thus, from food gatherers, humans became food producers. So now they are not food gatherers, they are food producers. They can produce their own food. Agriculture here played an important role. How agriculture played an important role? Agriculture changed the life of early humans. Their lives were settled. That means these agricultural things settled their lives. That means in one place they used to stay for long time. They did not have to go from one place to another, because they used to go near the river valley, so water is available there, and they started cultivation also. So that means they need not to go from one place to another. They stayed in one place and grew crops. They made mud houses. So slowly they came to know how to make a hut. So using this mud, they started making their house. They cultivated fields, hunted animals, and made tools and weapons. So many tools and weapons also. In early humans 1 also we have read that many tools, many weapons they used to make. And after knowing the process of cultivation, they started making more tools and weapons. They shift from gathering food to growing it. It was a major event. That means they learned how to cultivate. It is, however, important to understand that such changes did not happen in the course of a few years. So it is not a story of few years. It takes years and years. It may be 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, like that. So slowly they came to know about the process of making tools, weapons, cultivation, how to improve it, how to develop it. So humans adopted and perfected farming over several thousand years. So it took thousands of years to modify it. Thousands of years they tried. Also, they continued to hunt animals. So hunting, it was there after the early humans also, when people became developed. Before then also, that time also hunting was there. So hunting was regular and gather food even after they started cultivating crops. So people, after that also people gathered food. That means from the plants, from the trees, and hunting animals. So though they started cultivating crops, then also this gathering of food and hunting animals, it was there. Now next point, humans domesticate animals. Now they started slowly domesticating animals. That means keeping animals in their homes. So besides cultivating crops, early humans also started domesticating animals. So they started to domesticate the animals. They tamed animals. So these were dogs, pigs, goat, sheep, cattle, horses, and donkeys. These were the animals they used to domesticate. That means keeping in their homes, giving the food, taking care of the animals. So it is called domesticating. Goats and cattle provided milk. This we know. That cattle, that means cow. Cow and goat, they used to take the milk of that animal. Sheep provided wool. The horse and donkeys were tamed to carry burden. So they were making training, that means tamed, to carry the loads to go from one place to another place. So animals were also a source of meat. That also we know, that they used to hunt. So that is, animals, it was also used as meat also. Now next point, humans invent the wheel. Now how the wheel became invented? So the invention of the wheel was an important step towards progress. That means going upward, progressing. So the wheel also helped the early humans to go up. We do not know how the idea of the wheel occurred to early humans. Actually, no one can say that yes, how the idea came in their mind to make the wheel. So it is possibly a log or a stone rolling downwards sparked this idea. Possibly, some has seen that yes, it is rolling down. A log, that means a piece of wood or a stone, suddenly rolling down. So this idea sparked in their mind. So the wheel changed people's lives in many ways. How it changed the lives of these early people. They could go from one place to another very easily with the help of wheel. They could also move heavy objects more easily. So these things we know that if we use the wheel, that means we need not to carry anything to go from one place to another place. So they used these wheels and it was more easy. The wheel also improved pottery making. So making pot also it was easy. With the help of this wheel, they used to make the pots also. The potter's wheel came to be used during this period. So during this period only, the potter's wheel was invented. Now next point, humans make pottery. How they started making the pots. Vessels made of mud. So with the help of wheel, they used to make these vessels. So vessels were needed to store grains. That means the grains what they used to pound from the fields, the crops, you can say, liquids and cooked food. Then some liquid food is also there, cooked food, what they used to cook, and needed to be capable of withstanding heat as well. That means to keep the food warm. Then for that also they used to use these pots. Humans learned to make clay pottery. That means with the help of clay, mud, which was shaped by hand. This I think most of you have seen in our district, Silchar, here also, Kachar district. If we go to a potter's shop, we can see that how they make the pots. So with the help of hands, they used to make the shape and then baked in a fire. And after that, near the heat, they keep these pots so that it become hard. The potter's wheel enabled them to make pots of different shapes. After that, they learned that yes, various shapes we can give, like big pots, small pots, then glass, plate. So these are the things what they learned. So shapes and sizes much lesser time. So the time also it takes very less with the help of wheel. Later they started glazing and decorating the pots. After that the idea came to their mind that yes, if we give some painting, some glaze also if we give, then it will be look more nice if we decorate on it. So they started like this. So for today, let us conclude here. Next day we will discuss archaeological evidences, peat houses. So more we will come to know. So for today, let us conclude here. Thank you.